What's up, everybody? Love and light, peace and blessings to the gods and the goddesses out there. It's your girl, Catalea, with another live stream on Catalea Speaks. So, as we know, there was a little controversy that's been going on probably, how long, Queen? How long has it been going on? For a while now, maybe a few months?
I would say, yeah, for a few months, yeah.
So it's been going on for a few months, but y'all, I really didn't want to like follow this whole situation, but I had started following it, and my whole reasoning for following this whole thing was basically because um, I'm a strong believer that if certain people are misrepresenting themselves within the conscious community, or however you want to put it, I am pro-righteous. I don't really consider myself into the conscious community. I just consider myself pro-righteous. But when certain people are misrepresenting themselves in the Black community, I feel like it is everybody's duty, you know, as melanated bodies, to let other people know what's going on. So, that is the original reason why I decided, to start posting my videos or whatever. And so, in doing so, in the process of doing so, I did a poly video yesterday because I wanted to highlight um, poly and let everybody know that it's a lot of poly couples out there. But when doing that, there was a lot of questions that was asked to the opposite person, who is TKO Capone, about certain personal issues that was going on between him and Neytiri. And so after that, I kind of felt like I received a little clapback today because somebody had asked in Neytiri's live video, um, did she see the video with the young lady and TKO Capone last night? And she said she did, and that's one of the reasons why she had came on to live. So um, I'm not trying to be messy or anything like that, but we have a special guest today. And this special guest actually is a former reporter. I'm not going to really put her business out there like that because, she did sign certain disclosures and things like that due to, being a reporter. Now, she has spoken with certain members of Carbonation and also Neytiri. Personally, she has spoken with them. I did do some little vetting and I asked her all the right questions. This is not for me to be the judge. This is for you guys to be the judge of how you feel about this situation. Also, I had made an apology to Neytiri prior to knowing, about the clapback, honestly. So I had apologized to her because I didn't know the full spectrum of all the people that she had been around, all the dudes that she had been with, all the different relationships that she had been into. But this young lady right here, Queen Truth, she is a reporter. She did contact me. I did not contact her. I did not seek her out. And I'm going to let her, start this conversation out and introduce herself and introduce who she is.
Okay, so can I see who's like in the live, or can I?
Um, if you should have, can you speak up too? Because I don't know if they can hear you, but
Yeah, can
you should have three. Yours should say comments, banner, and brand. Does it say that up top?
no.
Okay, so I don't
It's
think your
just
side can see it, but I can. I can't see who's in the live. It says there's 16 people in here so far, but I can see the comments. So if anybody is asking you questions, Queen Truth, I can definitely make
okay.
sure to relay those questions, okay?
Okay. So yeah, so basically I have been following carbonation for a very, very long time. When they were called basically when they first started out, I've been following carbonation as
What
a
were they called though?
reporter.
Let them know what they were called so people can know that you really have been following them.
So when carbonation first started out, they were called a group of people called the Etherians when they
Mm-hmm.
first started out, and over time they changed their name to Carbonation. Um, I guess that was the decision of Nature Boy Legio. Um, but the thing is that so I've actually seen like a lot of people come and go, come and go from Carbonation just over the years, and doing reporting on them and what they do, what do they stand for. Um, so some of the things that I noticed is that when some of the members tend to join and come there, they typically, if they are affected by the group or affected by, certain things they don't see, certain things that go on in the group, they typically kind of go under the radar. They kind of go under the radar, don't want to be seen, don't want to be heard. Um, but one of the things that I do notice is that with Neytiri situation, um, one of the things I noticed about her is she, like I said, I have interviewed her. I have interviewed her. I've had a chance, to kind of, talk with her lightly, as her time at Carbonation. And one of the things, that I've noticed is that she was, prior, in another cult. She's a prior member to another cult. Um, and in her time at this other cult, she also, experienced, some things there, that's kind of disturbing, and some of those things that are disturbing is that, she was approached by, a prior cult member that she actually went to and joined on her own.
Okay, and
This is the
who would
conversation.
that be?
So that's Yadda. So if you are familiar with Yadda, I believe he also is ex Nawabian, ex member of the Nawabian nation. And she joined his cult, drawn to it for, whatever her reason she was drawn to it. And she developed a relationship with him, and developing a relationship with him, um of him approaching her, she basically admitted to me in a report, with me interviewing her, that she slept with him. So my thing is that if in joining these cults, if a man is approaching you who runs it, who wants to sleep with you, why would you continually, that should be a red flag to you to want to leave, to want to get out. But like I said, she continued to, stay in it. She continued to, follow the rules, everything that he wanted her to do. She, and this is all on document. You guys can look up all the videos on this. This is all documented. This is all out of her mouth, you know. Um, so, there's plenty of video proof out there on these situations.
So
So,
you basically, for a fact, you have interviewed her and has spoken with her before, right? Correct?
yes.
Okay. That's what I'm trying to get everybody to understand. Queen Truth has been following them for a very long time. She's not really, she is a reporter, but I guess she's probably a little nervous. That's why she keeps saying. Or she trying to think about what she exactly, all the things she want to say. But she
Yeah.
has reported on them, for several years. She's reported on them for several years. Can you please close that door for me? I just told you sorry, y'all. I just told you I'm doing a live video, and you always come in here when I'm doing my live video. So sorry, y'all. But she has reported, on them several times. She has seen them, have been following them for very many years, which makes her pretty much somebody who can actually speak on this. You know what I mean? I am new to this, Judge Sonia, but my son was supposed to adhere to the rules, but he didn't. So normally I would press mute, but I'm in the middle of a conversation. So I do apologize for that, y'all. I'm sorry. Anyways, as I was saying, she has more information on this. We're going to start with the beginning, though. Queen Truth, starting from the
Yes,
beginning, would you say that she was with Yada first, or was she with Zoka and Solar? I
yes,
believe that's what their name
yes,
was. Or was she with
yes,
what's his name that start with a what's the other Omek? Or was she with Omek?
yes. So in the beginning,
Yeah, I don't
Neytiri
know
was
nothing
with.
about these people, y'all. Listen, I just started covering this Judge Solar, so yes, I am. Go ahead.
Yes, so in the beginning, Neytiri was with Omac. Um, and then from there, she stopped dating Omac because she was approached by Yada, and then she got with Yada. Then, after she got with Yada, um, she basically left. She left that situation, and then she went to Carbonation. Okay, which is also on video, where Nature Boy actually told Neytiri not to come to Carbonation. Okay, he actually told her to go to Yada, and she decided to go after the situation with Yada didn't work out. She decided to come back to Carbonation. Um, and then as her time at Carbonation, she was with Nature Boy, for a spell for a while. And then she wasn't with Nature Boy, and then she moved on to one of the other members of Carbonation, which is going to be she was with Loyal. His name is Loyal. You guys can look up Loyal from Carbonation, and then from Loyal she went, and then she was with Zoka and Solar. Okay, so there's a pattern there of her moving from cult to cult, from person to person. Like, this is just it's a repeated pattern with her, of what she does. So even with Nature Boy, like, Neytiri has told me personally, with me interviewing her, that she studied carbonation for many years. Okay, that's very profound and very deep. Because if you say you follow someone for many years, okay, and you see the significance in the person's behavior, how they interact, you've seen everything put out there about this individual. You've seen videos, you've seen people expose him, and you still go there. That is not a woman who is being victimized. That is not a woman who's being preyed on. That's not a woman who is brainwashed. That's not a woman who's being manipulated,
She
who's
did.
being pimped
I don't
out.
want to. I don't want to cut you off, but she did say in her video today, that I did watch. She did say her own self that she knows what she's doing. She is not being manipulated. She said all of that. Did she not?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, she did say that. Um, and that's very profound too to the situation, because it's like, if you know what you're doing, if like she said in the video, I'm not dumb. I know exactly what I'm doing. So you know how to swindle people. You know how to, you know, go from a cult, and then change your energy, and then go over to a different platform, and then manifest a certain way over here to do to become this person over here, and it's just like, in me interviewing her, one of the things that I found very profound about her is that she seems to, how can I say this, she seems to be very conscious of, like I said, the behaviors and what she's doing. Like, she's basically, when I interviewed her, I get the concept that, it's like, I know what I'm doing. I'm very aware. I'm an adult. Um, but then she kind of will paint this picture like, she's victimized, like she's a victim. And it's just like, it's not, I don't think she's a victim. And I even said to her in the interview, why would you join a cult when you've seen all the evidence of what it is?
And you guys, I know that she did interview them. I cannot say the name of the TV or the company who she worked for. That's why you don't see her face right now. She did sign disclosures, but Nature Boy does mention this a lot in his videos. Am I lying, Queen Truth?
No, he does.
He does
And he,
mention the people who he interviewed with in his videos, and this is one of those people. But carry on.
yeah. And he also does, mention too how he have had some problems with women who, try to gain notoriety off of his name. And I'm not saying that I'm pro Nature Boy. I'm not saying that at all. But I am saying that, you know, these women do come to him, with agendas. And Neytiri is one of the people who has came to him with an agenda. Okay. And it's been exposed on camera. I've even saw patterns of it in interviews I've done with her. Where it's like it's a hidden agenda where she's like literally in her mind, she's trying to become famous off of this. Like, and it's like, well, why would you want to become famous, young lady, off of going through a cult, having been passed around by different men?
And then
That
I'm
is not
seeing I'm
something that
seeing a
you should do.
pattern, Queen Truth. All this information that you sent me. So the
Yes.
pattern that I'm seeing, because Queen Truth has sent me receipts and sent me information. So, and the patterns for me is that she goes to these people, then she talks bad about them, then she goes to, and then she talks about how before she begins to talk bad about them, she talks about, you know, um, she talks about, oh, I feel like I'm walking into my true self. I feel so enlightened. I feel spiritually awakened, and this person is so amazing. This was such an amazing experience. But then after she leaves them, then she talks bad about them, like they are bad
Exactly.
people. It was horrible situation. So it's like so many situations. She said that about Yadda. She said that about Nature Boy. She said that about what's his name? What's Omek? Like it's like
Hmm.
she said that about TKO. So it's like,
Yes.
at what point do we believe you, sis? At what point? I was giving you the benefit of the doubt because, like Judge Sonia said, you probably new to this, Calalea. I am new to this. I'm new to this. I don't know her whole situation. So you know, okay, Miss Averly, they might all be that if that's what you think, but then you got to start to look at the person too. Miss Averly said that they
Yes.
all pimps to be real, but I'm like, at what point do everybody look at Neytiri and say, yo, it's a pattern here and something's not right?
Right. And one of the things, that she even said in the video that's a little disturbing is she said, I do my own research. And all due respect to TKO, yeah, she did research on you. Like she did research on you before she joined. You gotta understand something. I go on these when they leave carbonation as reporters, we go into their lives, we go on their IGs, we follow them, we see what their lives is like, what are they doing, what's their next step, okay? And you gotta understand with Neytiri, going in her lives, I'm sorry, some of her lives can be disturbing because when she goes live with, you know, Malachi York's son, Prince York, who she calls her master teacher, it's like she becomes she literally her true self comes out and she becomes, dictator to people. She becomes a dictator. She becomes Judge Judy to people, and it's like, hold on, we didn't tell you to go to carbonation. We didn't tell you to go to Yada's camp. We didn't tell you. So when we ask you questions, why are you offended by questions we're asking you about a cult that you joined. You know, we're just trying to figure out who you are, why did you do it, you know, and it's like and when you go live with when she goes live on IG, there's a lot of she likes to play, you know, you know, this I'm distressed and you asking me questions is bothering me and don't ask me questions. And it's just like,
Or
well,
somebody is
how do we know
quote
if we
unquote hating on her.
yeah, someone's hating on her and it's like, you know, I can feel you guys' this energy. It's like she literally on her IG page, I've literally watched Neytiri use spirituality to say that she's feeling bad energy from people because they're asking her questions about her actions, you know? And it's like if you're even if you're trying to become a public figure or you're trying to have people, you know, you trying to, you know, gain something out of being at these cults to have your own leadership, you cannot become, you know, you cannot not want people to ask you questions, you know? And it's like then it'll turn into I'm a damsel in distress. You're asking me too many questions. It's bothering me. Don't ask me questions. You know, and then even when she's on live with, you know, um her master teacher, I mean, when I'm talking about the dogmatic energy that I have seen in her lives with him, you guys have no idea. Like I've literally had to leave out of lives because it's like y'all literally talking to people like they're beneath you. Like when when Prince York has no room to be talking about anyone with his allegations that he's had on him, burning a 3-year-old boy. He really can't look down on anybody. Neytiri, you've been to call after call, and then you have the nerve to make it seem like you're saying something profound in your lives and oh, if you have an ear to hear, or oh, if you can comprehend what I'm saying. Or, you know, it's like you're
It's the talking to everybody else like they're the ones who doing what she's actually doing in her life. To me, sis,
yeah,
that's what gets me. You're telling everybody, and you can't do this, and we have to do this, and we have to do that, and oh my God, it's you. You have to do this. You are the issue. Stop acting all innocent, yo. I didn't even like half of the stuff that I see today had me floored. Queen Truth has been following these people for so many years. She sent me so much information that I was literally on system overload. And I had no idea, y'all. I had no idea that Neytiri had been through all of these people. Okay. I was actually feeling sorry for her. I actually hit her up and I was like, sis, you know, come holler at some of the sisters. Like, I think you need to be with some sisters so we can wrap our arms around you and guide you in a correct way. You know, that's what I did because I felt bad for her. But I had no idea. When you sent me all of these videos, Queen Truth, today, I was
yes.
like, yo, this shit is crazy. Like, so many people that she has been through. Like, oh, I just couldn't believe it. I was floored. And you
And
really
she
had a
doesn't
nerve to sit on live and act like you innocent, yo. Now, I understand that we all have had some things that happened to us in our past. My past is not squeaky clean. I'll out myself about it. But one thing I'm not going to do is continue to make mistake after 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 mistake without checking myself.
yes.
Without sitting on live and saying, you know what, I did that and I own it. But instead, you're sitting here saying everybody hating on you and you playing the victim.
Exactly. And she's not going to do it. She doesn't want to come to a hierarchy female or a high priestess female who's higher than her, who's going to correct her and hold her accountable. Okay, because she knows if she picks men as her master teacher, she can easily manipulate them and say, I've had all this stuff being victimized to me. I've been victimized and these men made me do stuff, versus a woman who holds intuition and who are seers of the planet. They'll be able to look at her and to tell that she's lying. So she can't easily get away with that, but she doesn't want to do it. She doesn't want to go to uh a woman to make her accountable. She doesn't want to do it. She purposely plans out and likes to go to males because she can prey on them and manipulate. Okay? She's learned how to manipulate. She's learned how to be vindictive. And she's learned a lot of this stuff from being in cults. Okay? She's learned a lot of this from, you know, like this girl is literally living out trying to be Velvet of Carbonation. Like that's literally what she's trying to do with TKO and her master teacher. That's literally what she's trying to do with Prince York. She's literally wanting them to fight for her. Like in her mind, she's Velvet, okay? And she's going to get notoriety out of them fighting over her. She's going to get notoriety and become famous out of this, okay? So she, in her mind, she thinks it's a game, you know?
I mean, and then
And like I said,
today too, we didn't know whether she said TKO hit her or pimped her,
yeah,
or she thought he was. No, she said she thought he was gonna. She didn't know that he was gonna hit her or pimp her. I don't know if
right.
that's she. It sounded like hit her. It sounded like it could have been pimp her. But why are you sitting here implying certain things on people? Like you're
Right.
implying it. You know, you didn't come right out and say it, but you implied it. But then in the same breath say, oh, they treated me so amazing. They treated me like a queen. They treated me so good. But then also you're talking about you was on the pole at TKO's house. Queen Truth sent me a video of her dancing and gyrating on Nature Boy. Was you
Yeah,
ashamed then? Was you ashamed then,
right,
Neytiri?
right. So
And
it's
let's
like
not
she
talk
just,
about these damn STDs.
yes,
It's a
and then
whole
that's
video.
another.
I was not able to upload it, y'all, because I wanted to hurry up and get Queen Truth on here. But it's a whole video um, from Conscious Goddess. Y'all check out Conscious Goddess on YouTube. But it's a whole video about Neytiri saying that she knew she had two different types of what is it? What is it again? Herpes.
She
Two
has
different
type
types
one
of
and type
herpes.
two,
She
type
said
one and
type
type
1 and
two.
2.
Yes,
She said two different type of herpes before she came to carbonation. She said that out of her own mouth. I'm not making this up. I saw the video. So
yeah,
I was like, yo, what?
yeah. And
What?
to tell someone like, TKO, like, I don't have it anymore. That's why we follow these people, because you have to understand, like, I've reported on other cults too. Carbonation isn't the only people that I've worked with. These people carry diseases when they come out of these cults, and they'll tell other people that they don't have it, and then they'll infect everybody else with the stuff. We have to be held accountable as reporters to be able to make sure that they're not spreading diseases to people who aren't who don't know about the lifestyle that they live. Okay? So this is why we follow them, and we hold ourselves accountable to follow them and to follow their lives. Okay? So I really wanted to come on here just to clear up more so for the people and for TKO, that do not feel sorry for Neytiri. Neytiri is not a victim. Neytiri knows exactly what Neytiri is doing. Okay. You guys saw the video that came out today. She's very aware of what she's doing. She's very aware that she followed Nature Boy from IG, okay, onto the Bigo platform. Okay, she's saying that he went on that platform. My thing is Neytiri,
And
if you
hold on,
know,
let me cut you off, and then you can go right back into it because I have to make a point here because you're saying something I don't want to forget what was told to me by TKO himself. So I don't want to forget this because I will forget it. TKO said that Neytiri hit him up. He did not hit her up.
yes,
Just like Nature Boy, if you go back to some of the videos that Queen Truth sent me, some of the videos and some of the content and things like that, if you go back to some of those content, it's a proven fact that Neytiri sought out who? Nature Boy. Neytiri sought out who? Yadda. She went
Yada.
to
Yeah.
those people, just like she sought out TKO. But go ahead.
Hmm. So yeah, so she, I follow her on IG, and she said on her IG, I'm going to Bigo, and I thought, okay, there's some polarities here. You're going to Bigo because Nature Boy announced. How is it a coincidence that Nature Boy just announced he's going to Bigo literally a day ago, and then you're going the next day, not even within 48 hours? Okay, and then you're going to Bigo, and then what are the chances, slim to none, that out of everybody, now this is back in, when Nature Boy first got on Bigo. Then you're on Bigo, and then you just, I don't know, is it a coincidence that she found TKO, and then like I
No, it
said, I
wasn't.
follow.
She sought TKO out. He told me
Yeah,
himself that she hit him up.
yeah, and then I follow Neytiri on Bigo. She didn't have a lot of followers, but I had notifications, and I happened to see Neytiri on ex Carbonation members' platforms on Bigo talking to them about Nature Boy, and I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, Neytiri, if you're no longer a part of it, why do you keep following them to try to get? You're trying to literally get clout for this. Like, you're still talking about Nature Boy. You're following ex members. You're talking bad about him. Okay, when literally, if you really want to be political about it, when Neytiri left Carbonation, she was not with Nature Boy. She was not with him. Her last relationship when she left Carbonation, she actually was with Solar and Zoka. Okay, so she wasn't even with Nature Boy. So the PK really didn't make any sense, because I understand as a reporter why Nature Boy was looking at her crazy on the PK, because she was last with Zoka and Solar. So, I mean, then you go to that platform, and then you're talking about him with ex Carbonation members, and then you slide up in TKO's TKO's live, or you slide up in his, live, and then you're on the panels. It's like, come on, honey, like, you're literally planning this out. Like, you're literally seeking them out. You're also using spirituality to do it, to kind of will people win, and playing this vindictive mind game with spirituality, which isn't right. Okay, you're using the claws, you're using, she's using the ancient Nubia jewelry. This is really serious, because this is like sacred jewelry, sacred clothing. People don't just put on those kind of clothing and just act like that. Women who become conscious carry themselves in a certain kind of manner, you know? So, it's just very vital. It's a very serious situation, because she's going around and trying to act like, people are preying on her when she's the one preying on people. You're preying on him, and you're upset at people on Bigo. You're upset at people on IG. You're upset at people on YouTube for calling you out about the behavior. Like, just like Neytiri says she has to get for reading people, people can read you as well. There's a lot of women out here who are older, who's been in the conscious community way longer than Neytiri.
Listen, I
They
was
can read
looking
her
at some of
very
them
well.
comments, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all was reading the hell out of her. I was like, well, damn. Y'all go hard on YouTube. So who said that? Somebody said I don't have a big following. So I'm gonna let Queen Truth continue, but I'm gonna tell you guys, I just started my YouTube not too long ago, just a few months ago. I do have a big following on my Instagram page. I had a lot of people who tell me, Catalea, you need to start a YouTube channel. So here we go. So for all of y'all, it's like, you don't got nobody over here. Thank you, Kishana. How you doing? So for people say you don't got nobody over here, no, I don't. I'm just starting out, y'all. So I actually, Young Pharaoh has been telling me for years. That's one of my best friends, that you need to start a YouTube channel. who else been telling me? Like just so many people been telling me like, yo, start a YouTube channel. What's her name? Nick at Night told me I need to start a YouTube channel. Triune told me I need to start a YouTube channel. These are heavy hitters and big people out there in the YouTube community. So that's why I don't have a strong following. But go ahead, Queen Truth.
Yeah, so there, there's no point in defending, TKO's name, and then you turn around and like you call him a pimp, okay? And then you slander him, okay? After you got exposed. It makes no sense to do that. So, I mean, how can you just become he's a great man, you like him, and then he was a
Yeah,
pimp?
like he treated me so amazing. He was such a good person to me. He has a good heart. But then, before then, you say, I just didn't think that he would hit me or pimp me. I don't know which one she
Yeah,
said. I don't
yeah,
know. It was hard to understand if she said hit her or pimp her. But it's like
yes,
it's the mood swings for me, sis. Which one was
yes,
he?
yes, yes.
Which
Which
one?
one? And it's like, and she's like, I also heard her on her, what she recorded. She said, I defended my master to you, and it's just like, I
Oh
don't
yeah, because she got
TKO
pissed
didn't.
off. I know that's what it was. She got pissed off because she seen my video where I said I did not like Prince York. Now,
Yes,
Queen Truth wanted me to expose this part of me, but I don't really talk about it. But in my early stages, I was Nubian. In my early stages, when I first started out, I was a Christian. I've always, but see, my story is a little different from everybody else. I wasn't like a Christian first. I was like in my household with my pastor family, my pastor uncle, and whatever. And I was the rebellious one who was like, oh, yo, this is not right to me. But it was kind of
mm-hmm.
like I was forced to be into Christianity because that's what my family was. So fast forward to me, my ex-husband, he is the one who kind of pulled me into being a Nubian. And so yes, I have been to the land in Georgia, in Edenton. Didn't really know nothing about Prince York because he was a little boy. Later on in my years, I actually saw him in passing. And it was a lot of people in the Nubian community who saw this dude as a joke. And I'm just
Yes,
keeping it real. They felt like, oh, he trying to be like his daddy. He's a joke. Okay, he's still young. He's really young. He's not an older man.
mm-hmm.
He's a young dude. Okay,
Yeah,
if I didn't see him on the land, and I've been to the classes, I did atonement on the land. I've been around so many people. I went to Savior's Day, all of that stuff. Read all the books and been around all the people, and I never seen him. That means he was a
mm-hmm.
kid, yo.
Yes,
But then when I started to see him as he got older, and I just seen him a little bit, because like I said, I got out of being a Nubian. I'm no longer that. I got out of it for my own personal reasons way before all this stuff went down with Dr. York on the land. I got out of it, but I still knew a lot of people who was in that community. I still knew a lot of people. No shade on them, because I still love a lot of you Nubian people out there. I still love y'all, like, for
yes,
real. But and it was one of a great experience for me. Okay, but yeah. So I seen him, and the people were saying he was a joke. People were talking about him. People were talking about how he would. One day he was a rapper and sagging his pants and doing all the extra stuff. To another day now he his daddy. Nigga, you done dyed your beard. Why you mad at me because I don't agree with this dude? I didn't even come at her, but I just said I didn't like him. I don't like him. And I see right through him. I see right through him. And it's too many of these so-called conscious leaders who are manipulating and using people. And that's why we have to do this. We don't have to do this to try to get clout, to try to do this and that. We have to do this because literally our people need to stop looking at all this bullshit and focus on all the stuff that is going on right now. It's so much going on. So all of this is irrelevant. But y'all letting these fake leaders guide y'all down the wrong direction, and y'all got y'all eyes focused on people like Neytiri who trying to play the victim. But go ahead, Queen Truth.
And to be honest, out of my years of being a reporter, Neytiri wouldn't be considered someone who would be a leader in the Black community. It would be people like Coretta Scott King. It would be women who are upstanding with, the Nubian, with Nubian women who actually walk the walk, conscious women who walk the walk. It would be Betty Shabazz. It would be women like that. She wouldn't be considered a leader in my experience as a reporter of all the years I've done this.
Because she all over the place.
Yes, and she's passing through a lot of cults and she's sleeping with a lot of men. That's very non-tolerable in the conscious Black community. But so it speaks volumes to a lot of different things. And it's just like she goes from this, y'all telling me he's a pimp, and then going back and forth, and for me it's about love.
But he's a pimp. He's this, but he's this. Same thing with Nature Boy. He's my everything. He's my master teacher. He's my guide. You worshiping him, and now, oh, that was just a bad situation. Like, was all of them a bad situation, or do you have to own accountability and take part in your part of this?
Yes.
Because I'm tired of you talking about people are hating on you and coming for you. We're not hating on you, but you are the one making yourself look stupid.
And a lot of these women like you have been around longer, like way older than her. So we know about Prince York. We know about these people. We've interviewed them. We know about them. So live through it. Live to see what went on in Edenton, Georgia. So, reported on it. So it's not like you guys are giving her advice. It's advice from experienced, matured, seasoned women who've seen all that unfold, who are literally trying to just lead her the right way. So
I mean, this whole situation, like, I just felt like it was a little bit of clapback on me. And it was so many people inboxing me and hitting me up like, did you see, the video? And I was like, yeah, I saw it. Because somebody hit me up, and that's when I recorded it. As y'all can go see, I didn't even start in the very beginning of her recording. You know what I mean? I didn't actually start in the very beginning. I actually had people hit me up because I was indirectly mentioned, because a guy asked her if she seen, the video that me and TKO did with Armani last night. And intentionally, it was not supposed to be about her. Intentionally, I had told TKO that we were not going to discuss that situation. And that's real talk. It was only supposed to be about Polly. But then we had other people who were coming onto the platform asking questions because we opened it up. So I was like, fuck it. Because I felt like, if other people are making certain allegations against you, you have the right to defend yourself. Am I correct?
Yes.
So that's what that was about. And even if you could go back and watch that video, TKO still didn't. He was like kind of trying to avoid the talking bad. He was trying to kind of like minimize the whole situation. If you go back and you look at it, he was trying to minimize it. And it's all the way at the end of the video. And that lets you know that we were not trying to go there. But go ahead.
And they both Yeah, and they both even, when you go into, Neytiri's IG again, they both become so offended. It literally turns into you're trying to ask them questions into now the people in the live are under attack by him and by her. I mean, they get so uptight, like, don't ask me anything, don't say anything to me. It becomes Judge Judy. He becomes Judge Judy and she does too. Y'all don't know. Y'all the reason why this and that. And it's like, okay, Prince York, you're projecting because you're mad because your father got locked up. That's his actions. Okay.
He's
It's
literally
not,
trying to be his father. And then
yeah.
let's talk about how now you in Yanninism, right? Now y'all in Yanninism, and now she's following you in Yanninism, and your name is similar to his name. You know
Yep.
what I mean? It's a pattern, sis. First you was I love myself. Then you
Right.
was all praises to the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Now you meditation and chanting and you're in Yanninism. Like, come
Mm-hmm.
on, make it make sense. Stop being a victim. Stop it. I'm over it. And everybody else
Yeah.
is too.
Yep. And even if you go back and look back at like TKO live when she did the question and answer, she was like, I can't wait until, I get my platform. It's like, okay, if
Oh
you
yeah, and
with
then she was calling
TKO,
herself the drip. What did he call the girls? The drip queens or whatever?
drip angels or something
The
like
drip
that.
angels. And she was saying that too. Come on. You want to be everything? We
Yeah.
already Queen Truth. Make a list because we know she didn't have sex with TKO. But let's go down the list of the people that she slept with.
So I know for a fact, she has slept with Yada. I think Yada. Well, I'm sorry. It would actually be Omac, um, first, and then from that situation, she went to Yada, and then from Yada, it would be Nature Boy. From Nature Boy, Carbonation. It would be Loyal, who also is a part of Carbonation. Then from that situation, she didn't want to be with Loyal anymore. And Loyal actually did not have when we reported on the situation with Loyal actually is the one who actually has been the most single in Carbonation. So she didn't want to be with him. She wanted to be with Zoka and Solar, who were already in a relationship. So she went over to them.
So she was
Um,
with Loyal, then Zoka and Solar. Okay.
and then after that, she exited Carbonation. So the PK really didn't make sense, I'm sure, in Nature Boy's mind and me as a reporter and other reporters, because you weren't last with Nature Boy when you left. You were last with Solar and Zoka. So to say that, in the PK, it's healing and Nature Boy needs to heal. No, you need to heal because you need to stop going in and out of these cults. You can't tell anybody about healing when you haven't healed yourself. You can't tell Nature Boy he has to heal by seeing you with TKO. And all respect to TKO, but you can't do that, you know. And so it backfired on her. That was one of the situations where Neytiri actually received her karma in front of everybody on Bigo because she was trying to chastise Nature Boy over something that she alleged over something she premeditated. And she premeditated to come to Carbonation and then tried to chastise him over her coming in his world and in his cult. You cannot do that.
And then
You cannot do
premeditated
that.
going over there to TKO because she hit him up.
Yeah. And it's just like, this is just, it's out of control.
And
You're
then
out of control.
she went over to Yada because Nature Boy told her to go to Yada.
Yeah.
And then
And
Yada
then
was
she
what? What
ended
was
up,
Yada doing? This is a pattern here. Somebody to take care of her. We got Nature Boy taking care of her. If y'all go and look at the video that she did with what's his name, Omac, we got Omac feeding her fruit and taking care of her, and she look all like a crackhead and all jacked up, talking about, oh my God, this food is so good. I can taste the
Right.
flavor. Oh my God. Oh yes. Like looking like a crackhead over the food because they've been starving her in carbonation. So she over there doing that with what's his name, with Olmec, right? Then we got
Right.
who? We got Yadda taking her on trips and buying her purses and flying her to different
Yes.
countries. Then
And this is
now
all on
we
video.
got Nature Boy taking care of her. She living there for free, eating their food. And then guess what happens? TKO Capone said he ain't never flew a woman like that to him like that. He don't really get down like that. But
Mhm.
he flew her out there for her birthday and was taking her out to eat and buying her stuff. It's a pattern, sis. You looking real stupid out here, yo.
Yeah, and she is on purpose seeking these men out, knowing, oh, they'll fly me out. They have money. He has money. Let me go to this. Like, she knows exactly what she's doing. She's premeditating and she's calculating this all out. Okay. And we have video proof to prove it in case she tries to come back and renege and say that she's not doing this when the video proves different. So, yeah. But
Hell yeah, she was eating a food. Tony Red, she eating a free food. Somebody said since Velvet gone, she want Nature Boy to tell her to come back. Exactly.
yep. And that's another thing too. Like, she thinks she's velvet. Like, she has this energy even in her live today that, like, I pick up from following them for so long. Like, she thinks she's velvet. Like, she has the energy in her was like, well, I'm gonna make myself to be famous like Velvet, and I'm gonna come up off this. And it's like the universe is not allowing for her to do it, you know?
Stephanie said she sounded real dumb. Yeah, y'all was going hard on her today in her video. Y'all really was.
Mhm.
Y'all was going. I was like, oh shit, let me look into this. And then Queen Truth hit me up and was like, I'm a reporter. I actually covered them, and I've been
Yeah.
covering them. So I was like, bleep it. Let's go ahead and go live because I was already a little heated because her little innuendos about me talking about, oh, she gonna fight and they gonna know who I am today.
Right.
Well, you gonna know who I am today, sis, because I was trying to be nice. I had no clue of the whole extent to this. But you wanted the smoke, now you got the smoke. And don't make me go, I will clip every single video that I ever seen of you, and it'll be hours long, yo, contradicting yourself. So come for me after this if you want to. Come for me after this because the smoke is real. And I'm gonna have you saying it out of your own mouth. Straight up.
Hmm.
Go ahead,
And
Queen
it's like
Trish.
another thing too is that, like, I noticed on video too, she was saying today about how how she's like, people trying to mess up her name. You never had a name. You can go get the videos.
She didn't say her name. She said her what? What did she say? It wasn't her
She
name. She said her
she's
her
like,
platform or
her
her
her platform or her image or something like that.
something like that. Yeah, I'm like, what?
And we can go.
I
I
got
can
more
go
followers
get a
than you on Instagram, yo. What?
yeah.
Who?
And it's like, Nature Boy just did a video, and just literally last week, I believe the T reported, and he was saying these people come to me and they don't have a name. It's like Neytiri doesn't have a name. She doesn't. You just went through a cult. No one knows who you are. You're not famous. I report on people who have been famous, famous. You don't have a name. You don't. No one knows who you are. I mean, though you put out a video on YouTube and you sell candles and things like that, but you don't have a name. Nature Boy has a name because of what he does, but so it's like, in
Michelle,
her mind,
Michelle
she
said,
thinks
leave
she's
her alone.
something.
She gonna be great. I hope she do be great. I hope she change her ways. But don't I think my aggression is that I knew that video because she even said she saw the video last night and that's why she went live was directed towards me because I did say, fuck Prince York. And she said
Yes.
she needed to stand up for her master teacher. Okay? I said that out of my mouth. And she said she needed to stand up for her master teacher. Then she went on to say she saw my video and that's why she came on her live. Because somebody asked her, did she see the video that they did last night? And if you don't believe me, you can go back and look at it yourself and look in those comments. I don't know if she uploaded it. Probably didn't because she's probably pussy. But I'm never going to be like that. I'm going to come direct and say exactly how I feel. I don't normally do the smoke. But it's like, how can you sit here and act like a victim when you got too many wrinkled clothes in your closet that you need to iron, sis?
Yes.
So I'm going to air it out. Don't come for me unless I send for you. But go
And
ahead.
if you're somebody who's going to be great, you don't do it at the expense of TKO. You don't do it at the expense of carbonation. You don't do it at the expense of going through a call. You do it at the expense of yourself. So, and that's the problem. She's trying to become great off of other people by bashing other people's name. And you cannot do that. You
I don't
cannot do
normally,
that. That's
I'm
not
telling y'all,
okay.
I don't normally, y'all can go on my social media. I do not normally do this, y'all. And that's real talk. I'll get on all the stuff that's wrong with the system, that's wrong with the clear people. I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to get struck and down, but I'll say all the stuff that's wrong with the clear people and all of that. But I'm all about sisterhood. Y'all can go back to my last video where I even apologized to her.
Yeah.
Until I seen the whole thing in its full entirety and its full content, because I had already started uploading that video because I just told Queen Truth when she hit me up, I said, yo, because it takes like, for me, my YouTube is slow. So it took like a whole hour and some change or something like that for that video to upload. But people were calling me. So then when all of these people started showing me all of these different aspects of her life, I was like, this is not healthy. So go ahead, Queen Truth. I'm gonna stop getting so mad. I'm gonna sip
It's
my
just,
tea.
and it's like one minute and then it's like in a lot of her videos, she insinuates like, I didn't get paid off of the PK that she did with TKO, and then she said,
That
you
she
know,
benefited from it because she got flown out and she got a free trip for her birthday. Sounds like you was getting
yeah,
paid to me, sis.
yeah, and it's like she wanted to get paid. That's why she's bringing it up. Like, it's not by accident that she's bringing up money. It's not by accident that you see her in the question and answers on the PK and she's bringing up, I can't wait to have my own platform so I can be a host. It's not by accident that she's saying on the video today, well, you guys are messing up my platform. Like, she's telling you indirectly what she's trying to do. It's no more proof. The proof is in the pudding. She's telling you out of her own mouth. So you just have to pay attention to all the signs. Like, she does not mean well. She doesn't mean well. And Neytiri is one of the few women who actually, I mean, so many times you hear about men preying on women and they don't mean them well, but in this rare case, she's actually preying on TKO. Like, she's actually preying on him. So she doesn't mean him
I
well.
think
So
she
it's like,
actually preyed
she,
on all of them. Let's be real.
yeah, she did. And it's like she has to be called out for her behavior.
The
She
video,
has to be called out.
the video say it. If you go back and hear her out of her own mouth say that she saw out Nature Boy, said
Yeah,
that
she did.
TKO said to me personally that she hit him up. Nature Boy said, I sent you over there to Yadda. These are all words while she's sitting right there in these videos.
Yep.
We not making this stuff up. She's definitely, and then she's sitting up here talking about everybody else is a clout chaser. You're right, Judge Sonia. You're a clout chaser. You calling everybody else a clout chaser, but you not looking in the mirror because you keep going to all these different men, getting on
Yep.
video with them. You was very happy
Mhm.
to go over there with TKO Capone and Flex on Nature Boy on video. And yet you did the same thing with Nature Boy. You got on video and you sat there and talked bad about your family to the camera in front of everybody, twirling the flower, sitting there in your African clothing, doing all of this and smiling and that's the art of seduction, sis. Yeah, we didn't read those books. That's
Mhm.
exactly what you're doing. So people need to stop letting her, cloud your judgment. Look at the videos. Look at everything for what it is.
Yeah.
So here's all the smoke since you said I was hating on you. After I
And then
complimented you, after I said you was a beautiful woman, after I
mhm.
did all of that, you gonna say I was hating on you and you had to protect your master teacher? Here go the hate, bitch. Excuse my French. Here it go for you. Go ahead, Queen Truth.
And even in the PK, like if y'all go back and watch the PK between TKO and Nature Boy, Neytiri said, I watched Nature Boy for years. Go back and look at it. She said, I watched Nature Boy for years. So if you watched him for years, you definitely concocted up in your mind what to do, what you had to do to get in the cult. You start learning the information, and then you wiggled your way in there, and it's like if you watched him for years and you knew how he was, you seen the videos out there of him having sex with the man, taking it up his butt. You seen all of this. Why would you then go and join someone like that and then turn around and become a damsel in distress and say he persecuted you and he did you wrong and he treated you bad and he beat up Velvet? Okay, but you knew that he was about that before you even got there. If you study someone for years and years, and when I did an interview with Neytiri, I asked her that. I said, "Well, how come you went to Carbonation when you saw all the videos put out about him?" And
And what
she replied back verbatimly. She said, "Because I wanted to go for myself. I wanted to go for myself and see if it was true." Okay, well, if you want to go to see if it's true, then go and see if it's true. But
and she
you
dang
can't
Skippy
be.
didn't care about the diseases because she probably seen
Yeah,
all those other people have diseases. And she said, she even said out of her mouth she already had them before she came over there.
yeah. And she said she's like, I like to explore, and I'm like, if that's what you want to do, if you want to go explore, you know, um, but it's just like I don't know the situation. I more so wanted to come on because of TKO. I seen someone deeply hurt by the situation. I seen someone when I look into his eyes and I look into his energy, I see someone affected by it. And it's like I wanted to give clarity to him, like, don't give her the benefit of the doubt. Like, don't keep saying, well, I don't know what she thinking or did you do it? No, she's purposely doing this to you. Like, she's purposely doing this to you. She sought you out on purpose, you know? And that may be a hard pill to swallow, but it's just the truth. She purposely sought you out. She purposely preyed on you. She does not have your good intent. She's about trying to build her platform, what she expressed today.
She
And
did
she's
express
willing
that.
to whoever she's willing to harm at any cost or hurt to get to it, she's willing to do that.
Yeah,
So
because I mean that's the to me it just didn't make sense for you to sit there and praise him and then say it's like she said something. Did she say something bad about him first and then praise him? I don't know. It was weird, y'all.
yeah,
That shit
yeah,
watching her whole live today was weird as fuck. If y'all didn't see
Yep.
that whole slow talking, listen, let me tell you, I'm an avid reader. I'm an avid reader. And I've read seductress books. I don't do it, but I've read it. And what
Mm-hmm.
she did was, her makeup. And this is really, unsuspected. And I'm not going to have it, y'all. I'm just not going to have it. It was very well thought out. It was
Yeah,
very well calculated. It was
very
not
true.
sincere. It took her too long to make her points. She
Yes.
took too long. She was trying to get as many people in there as possible. She did the whole shock value with her title. What really happened between me and TKO?
Mm-hmm.
And that shit was long and drawn out in the beginning.
Right.
It was long and drawn out in the beginning. Exactly, Tony Red. That shit was cap. It was cap all day.
Mm.
I agree with you on that, Tony. But go ahead, Queen.
And it's like she when she talks, it's like, I want you to have character with me and y'all need to be positive. No. See, it's like she misconstrued you're judging me and correcting me is the same thing. No, you're being corrected. We're correcting you. We're not judging you because we're trying to correct you. And see, that's the thing with a lot of young women today. They don't want to be, when you talk to them, they'll try to manipulate the words and say you're judging them. No, I'm correcting you. I'm supposed to correct you when you're out of order. And she doesn't like to be corrected. She wants people to constantly be be positive with me. Don't tell me when I'm wrong. And life does not work like that. You have to be called out on your stuff. And she's being called out right now. And that's needed. She needs to be called out. Life is not, people aren't always going to be positive with you. People are going to correct you. That's a part of life.
So let
So,
me let me answer Ken Sean's West. Um, Let me answer his. I'm gonna read it to you, Queen Truth. So he says, as a straight man, ladies, I apologize. It's 4 women to 1. I guess saying 4 women to 1 man on top of bisexualization, on top of gays, and now transgender. How will you guys make it? The black male already making a low medium income. So what I'm saying is, Ken Sean, we're not here to say that polygyny, polygamy, or whatever is bad. My whole thing on, I'm not saying that I'm pro that I'm saying that I am pro polygamy, but I'm not saying that I'm actually willing to practice it. You know, I have done so before. But I'm not saying that I'm pro it, or I want it to get out there about its pros. I want to show people who are actually operating into polygamy and it's going great, just for that reason that you said. It's 4 women to 1 man. It's too many broken households. It's too many women, that don't have a man in their home. That was my purpose to do that. Okay. I'm not dissing Neytiri for trying to go into polygamy relationships. I'm dissing Neytiri for talking shit about these men. I'm dissing Neytiri for trying to make everybody look like they did her wrong, but not holding her own self accountable. And then coming to me like I was the person who was. I was really saying like, go to the sisters, go to the
mm-hmm.
ladies, go ask the older ladies for help, like Queen Truth said. I wasn't trying to, like, I didn't even know her background, y'all. I'm new to this. I didn't even know Neytiri's background. I knew about Nature Boy, of course. Young Pharaoh's my best friend. But I didn't know about, Neytiri and her whole, I had no idea. I only knew Nature Boy and Velvet and some of the other little girls, Malia or whatever. I didn't know who Neytiri was. I didn't know nothing about Neytiri. Yeah, she fooled me. I was trying to help her.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not like me, if she still did truly in her heart, which I doubt she would, because somebody like that is very manipulating and vindictive in their mind. Because I watched her after Queen Truth hit me up, and after she was showing me, I watched her manipulate her, yo. Watch her, yo. Go back and look at all her videos. If you don't believe me, go look at all they're out there, yo. They're out there. Go look at them, and you be the judge. Go ahead, Queen Truth.
Yeah, no, she's very, vindictive. And another thing too is like she goes to a man cannot tell you about the feminine energy like a woman who is born in the feminine energy or born in womanhood, um, like a woman can. So, why she goes to all these men to give her back, you know, the divine feminine energy. I don't, her doing that does not serve anything. You would have to go to a woman to give you
Go
that.
to a woman.
Because,
That's all I'm saying, yo. Go and
yeah,
go to a woman. I've been in situations. I ain't gonna tell my age because I'm trying to be a reporter for real, for real. This is what I've been wanting to do for my whole life. So I'm not gonna tell my age. I look young. But trust me, sis, go to some older women. I have been there. I really wanted to help you until I seen all that shit that Queen Truth sent me today. And I was like, oh, hell no. But go ahead.
yeah, that's the only way she'll be able to walk in her womanhood. A woman holds the secrets to the universe. We know the secrets, we know the foundations, and you can only get that from a woman's energy. You have to sit down and talk to women who are hierarchy and spirituality to give you these things. You cannot get that from a man. Okay, you can't get it from a man. I'm sorry, you just can't. And I think that that's something that she really needs to work on. But to use spirituality, um, to use she looks spiritual, but she doesn't do the work, And it's like you can't pretend like that. You can't hide behind garments and clothing and knowing that you don't do the work spiritually, and you're sitting here and you're defaming people and you're basically defamation of character, on TKO, and it's like you shouldn't do that. That's not okay. This man had a platform before you even came along. He was doing well. He was established. You don't want to pin that on people because when you do that, it doesn't leave them. That's why I was like, let me speak up and stop it right now because when people start putting videos out on like TKO and saying he's this and that stuff follows you forever.
And he's
You
trying
know?
to start his career.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. If you're watching this, Neytiri, like honestly, like from the heart, even though I'm pissed off at you, but sometimes we got to do stuff out of love.
Yes.
For real. We really do. If you're watching this, I too had to do the work. Just the last few years since Pharaoh has become, let me tell you, I thought I knew enough. I thought I was there because I've been doing this spiritual walk since I was 17. My son is 21. That's a long ass time. So when I met Pharaoh, I thought I did the work. I really did. But he has a way of talking to you that's outside of the box that'll even expand your mind even more. And I'm not talking about YouTube shit. I'm talking about 2-hour conversations on the phone. So he had a way for me to expand my mind. And we ain't talking about no hollering at me. We ain't talking about none of that. And so I was like, shit. I really need to do some more work. And you know what I did? I did the work. I did the work and I'm still doing the work. I moved all the way to another state. I was in California, yo. I knew celebrities. I had all kind of connections. I was doing multiple hair wrap parties, sometimes getting thousands of dollars per party selling stuff. I had to leave
Mm.
all of that because I had to do the work. It wasn't about how I looked. We got to stop looking at how people look on the outside. It could be the most thuggish, ruggish looking
Yes,
people that's more spiritually in tune than you could ever be.
yes,
So it ain't all about that. It's about really doing the work. It's about those quiet times when you sit with yourself and you be real with yourself and you be completely real. It's been times that I told myself, you fucking up. Nobody told me this. I told myself, you got to get real with you got to have time with yourself. You got to hold yourself accountable. You don't need no man. It was a time I got 5 kids, yo. It was a time I thought that I needed to have or be in a relationship. And I'm telling you, from me who been through this, I thought I had to be in a relationship. I thought I had to be interlocked with a man. I've been single for a while now because I had to learn me. I had to know who I am. You know, it's a lot of people. I made a post that said it's a lot of people who hurt me. It's a lot of people who hurt me. But I had to let it go. And that's what you got to do too. Because you're hurting people. What they say, Queen Truth, hurt people hurt people.
hurt people. Yes, so true,
And
so
that's what
true.
you're doing. That's all I
And
got
it
to say.
projects. And it projects in her lives, like, when she first left Carbonation and she would go live with like Prince York, she would be in there, him and her would be tag teaming people and talking down to the women in the live. I mean, they were in there calling the women men, saying, "You look like a man." And she was giggling and laughing. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, one minute you say you're a leader, but you're breaking down Black women because you've been in a cult and you've been broken down, so you're projecting that energy to women, and it's just like, you can't do that. You cannot do that. That's not okay. And then try to say you're a leader and you have a platform. Mature women don't do that. We don't break each other down just because you're asking us questions.
But you know
People
what
just
though?
genuinely.
You know what though, Queen Truth? She's young. We're not going to use
Yeah.
that as an excuse. But
Mhm.
I remember in my young years doing stupid ass shit too. I can't say I did the stupid shit she did because there's a lot of stupid shit she did. But
Yeah.
I did stupid stuff too. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot of
Yeah.
stupid stuff, you
Right.
know. So she got you got time. You got time to fix this. You really do.
Right.
Even though I'm mad at you. I ain't gonna lie. I'm pissed. But you got time. You got time to fix this.
Right. And her adding salt, and then like her adding salt to like calling TKO a pimp. People can always take that and it could spin out of control. Oh, he's a pimp and he does this and he does that. That stuff can lead to federal charges on people.
Because he
That's
just got
serious.
out of jail. So I'm pretty sure he's still
Yeah.
on parole and you on live call saying I didn't know. I thought he was going to pit me. Now what? The feds could be looking into his ass because
Yes.
of your stupid ass.
Seriously. Yes.
Because of you.
And it just gets out of control. And that's the things about a reporter that we see all the time, how people take stuff and it just spins off, and it's
So
like that really didn't take place. And
so we
before you know it, you got the feds investigating
right.
someone over one person making an allegation that a person is a pimp. you know and that sped off into, the pimp made me drink something or do this and do that. And it's like I felt the need to come in and kind of intercede for TKO to give him, you know, the backside story of who, Neytiri really is, and let him see, like, hold on, like, she goes from cult to cult, like, she calculates all this and does this on purpose. It's done on purpose. So, to kind of get people off of this, so his name don't get smeared. I don't want people writing a smear campaign against him.
And you're right, Michelle. We don't know what happens. We don't know what happens behind closed doors, and that's facts. We really don't know. So we can't, you know, Queen Truth actually has been reporting on them for how long?
Since actually before Neytiri got there, since they first started, since Carbonation actually first started with some of their first members.
So that's been a long time, huh?
Yeah, I would say over 5 years.
Okay, yeah, that's a long time. So she knows a lot about them. Like I said, she works for a particular company. We cannot say their name because of what she do, because she is a reporter. But some of y'all mentioned it in the comments. And she has interviewed them. She has interviewed Neytiri and Carbonation. Okay? So she is a very credible witness. For real, for real. Okay? So, we have this notion of protect Black women. Yes, protect us by all means. Please do protect us. Yes, protect us. But also, we forget about so many allegations and things that get put on our Black men.
Yes.
And I'm not taking up for Nature Boy because I don't like his ass. I'm going to let that be known here today. I don't like him. I'm not taking up for Prince York. Y'all know I don't like his ass. Me and TKO, we do have good dialogue. But I don't personally know him either. But what I will say is that it's wrong to do and say all the things that you say about Black men, and you are a willing participant. You are a willing party who keeps going from this Black man to that Black man to that Black man to that Black man. Now we get to TKO. And he seems like he has good character. Just from speaking to him. Like I said, I don't know him personally. I have never hung out with him or anything like that. But he seems like he's genuine. He seems like he has a good heart. And it's a true fact and a well-known fact. And even you said it on Bigo that you hit him up. And even he said you hit him up. So now at this point, we're protecting Black women, but we also have to protect Black men because it's been too many allegations on our brothers that were not true.
Yes. Very true.
And that's not cool. So yes, I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna say something, not just because you do this little what do you call it, passive aggression shit that you do, and you don't mention people names and you don't say such and such and so, and you're being passive aggressive, but we can still read in between the lines. I'm not gonna do any of that read in between the lines because my heart don't pump no Kool-Aid, it pump blood, and I'm here for the smoke. That's real talk. And I'm going to let you know exactly how I feel. I've always been like that. I'm a Virgo, yo. And don't ever think you're going to come for me because when you understand how Virgos are, if we on the hunt, I will find every piece of information and put a whole video compilation out. That MF could be 2 hours long. That's how much content I got on you contradicting yourself. But go ahead.
I mean, on that note, I think you pretty much said it all. I think you pretty much said it all. You
For
pretty
real.
much said it all.
I'm not hating, yo. D-Lo,
I can tell from my years of being a reporter when I look into someone's eyes when they're hurting. I can honestly tell you Um, when I looked in TKO eyes when he went live on his Bigo page and I kind of chimed in, I could sense the hurt in a grown man on a level that I usually don't see every day. Like he was very hurt and affected and in disarray over the things that she said about him. And I could tell that that's not something that happens to him all the time. And that's why I felt led to speak up. You know, I was like, I have to speak up. I just can't let this go. It's just something about TKO that's just so, I don't know. He has a very, his energy of his lives and things like that in his Vigo is it's a very powerful energy in his lives. He has a very powerful energy in his lives. It's almost like he has angels in his lives that are protecting him. Um and I felt like, Neytiri getting close to him and trying to pray on him and didn't mean him well. I felt like his angels were really protecting him. So I wanted to do a service to him to say, you know what? I see you. I hear you. Um, I recognize your spirit from, a sister to a brother. And I know you hurting. And to say it's not you. This is what the situation really is. I'm just trying to be of a service to, a brother from, another mother. So I feel like, I feel a deep connection to him. So that's why, I'm speaking up because I really think he means well. And I really think he has a really good heart. I really do think he does.
Well, there you have it, folks. We didn't talk about this for an hour and 30 minutes. That's what I told her. That's how long we gonna talk. I know I said a lot. I know, I would like to. I'm not apologizing to Neytiri. Don't get it twisted. But I can definitely humble myself, and I can say to all the Black women out there that's watching this, I swear to you, and deep down in my heart, I love sisterhood. I love coming together. Okay. But at the same token, certain things I just cannot let ride. So I apologize if you guys are seeing me in a different light, because I like to really walk the walk and being a goddess. But at the same time, y'all got to understand that a goddess can also be a warrior spirit.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And as a goddess, I have to speak my truth and how I really feel, like my real true feelings. Because I could have easily sat back and talked shit to my friends behind closed doors, but I'm more of a real woman to come out live in the open and let you know exactly how I feel. Straight up.
Mm-hmm.
So just to let you know, this platform is to positively impact the melanated community, but we also gonna call you on your BS too. Straight up.
Because we do have an obligation to uphold truth, and truth is the biggest thing. We're upholding truth, so, that's why I came on here because it's about telling the truth. It's about the truth of the matter. So.
All right, y'all. So, Queen, I don't know if you want them to go to your social media. Normally, I introduce people, but like I said, because her job, I don't know. Do you want them to know who you are on your social media platform?
Yeah, right now, no. I will be coming back on her platform so you guys can hear from me here. But right now, because I am a public figure, I really can't release my information on social media of who I am.
Okay, well, she don't want to let y'all know. Normally, that's what I do, but like I said, she is a real reporter, and that's her right. So, love and light, everybody. Peace and blessings, and I hope that you guys have a good evening. Doses. Bye, everybody.